welcome to Planet IX Open Talks. Now, each week, Planet IX is releasing episodes on the features of Planet IX, the platform, and the beta version that we just released for early adopter players and networks who have been selected to take part of the beta phase. So once again, a warm welcome to all of our viewers and, of course, all of our players. I'm Sabinia, and I'm the host of these episodes. And in addition to that, I also lead the sustainability and impact strategies for Planet IX. Now, today we have an interesting agenda around the mechanics of the game and also around the game assets like packages, drop zones, picks, tiers, and collections. And to talk more about this, I say a warm welcome to the creative director of Planet IX, a familiar face already. Welcome, Philip.
Thank you so much.
So we're back here. We got a lot to cover today, so let's start right away. Okay, let's start with packages.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Mixed packages. Mixed packages contain a combination of picks of different tiers and different types combined into one package.
And these combination change according to the size of the package, or how does it work?
It's a good question. No, the combination of tiers or types of picks, they vary according to the geographic location that the drop zone is dropping the packages. But the amount of picks is basically, or the combination of it is basically size. So a big or a small or a medium, that doesn't vary the percentage of how special a tier is versus another one.
So what's the advantage of buying a small or sort of a large package?
Well, it could be a strategy, or it even could be a budget decision. Like if you buy a really big pack in an area or a drop zone that you're really interested in, like building up your game or a collection, that's the way to go. And also, like maybe it's not a drop zone or a region or an area that you're really keen on being heavy invested. So you can just buy one small pack just to hold on another player's game. But also, like the extra large packs, they are not a cheap asset. They are actually quite, they contain a lot, like hundreds of thousands of picks. So it could also be a budget decision in terms of going for a pack that is small versus a pack that is extra large.
And now we're sort of in the beta phase, so we're not in the full launch yet. So are players able to buy different sizes of packages in the beta phase?
Yeah, for the beta, we're limiting to start with one sort of pack, which is the beta mixed pack. But we're looking into maybe at the end of the beta, we have another version. But maybe one tops two during beta.
Okay, and is there a specific strategy, or is that just sort of technically why it's
it's a technical reason, because, well, we've tested hundreds of times, believe me. But like when you buy a pack, the collection of picks is randomly generated within that drop zone or the map. And imagine thousands of players doing that, buying thousands of packs. And the system needs to generate the entire thing at the same time. So in order just to be safe, we are limiting the number of packs into one or two.
But that's a good thing with the beta phase, that this is really where we can, trial and error, and also together with the players find what is the best solutions. So that's the packages. Let's go on to the next phase, which I know is drop zones. That has been mentioned a few times. So tell us a bit about the strategy with that.
Yeah, well, like for us, it was very clear since the beginning that we needed to define a drop zone or narrow down a little bit. Imagine the entire planet. It's like, for us, when we divided the entire planet into picks, 10 by 10 kind of square meters, it gives us close to 1.5, 1.6 trillion lots of land or picks. So if the entire planet was open to begin with, it would create, well, zero almost interactivity amongst players. So the idea of narrowing it down is to actually make a game. And I believe that the drop zone idea connected to the tiering of the picks is what makes us like special and stand out in comparison to any other game trading platform or NFT platform out there.
We're going to talk about NFTs too. Okay, but then I, you know, it's a clever design there. I mean, it can't be easy to put all these components together, but really a clever way. But tell us, just to sort of elaborate a bit more for the viewers, how the drop zones actually work, because there's going to be, of course, during the beta phase.
Yes. So right now, every Monday, there's a drop zone happening, and the packaging, the pack drops, as we call it. So for a week, we define one drop zone, which is a region or an area within the world, where it's big enough to have like a big collection of pics, but not too big that would be like, you know, not really interactive. So every week there's a drop zone. If you miss a drop zone, or either you're going to have to go into the marketplace and try to negotiate your way through, like buy from other players, or you're going to have to wait until the game goes back into that drop zone later on.
Okay, I get it. So is there anything more about the drop zones that you'd like to add?
Well, like I would say, if you want to build a collection of pics, you should actually build a collection of pics. That's the entire purpose of the game. If you want to do that, you have, I would just say, not to miss any drop zone. Just be there every time.
Yeah, so whether you think this drop zone is interesting or not, it's always good to sort of be there. And there can be another buyer wanting your zone.
Exactly. It depends on how much you want to be in that zone, but still, like, just think that even if you don't do a big investment of buying a really huge amount of packs, if you just have one amount of pack there, like, or one small pack, other players in the future will like, I need that. And then it's your way to shine on marketplace.
A lot of strategies. And I know you mentioned, and we mentioned in previous episode, this different tiers.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about the different tiers.
Yeah. Oh, that was like, I think one of the biggest and heaviest works that we did, mapping out the entire planet. But think of like a capital city center piece of land. It's kind of easy to assume that that is worth much more than a countryside piece of land. So that's why we like had to, who would be then interested in buying a countryside piece of land? That was how and the reason why we decided to map out all the tiers.
But still, I mean, the capital city center pics is still worth more, or how's the logic work?
Yeah, of course, like it is worth more, but also the lower tier pics are found in way bigger quantities in the game. And of a game that is built around building your collection, making sure that you have more and more collected or clustered together, it sets a value to those tiers as well.
And I know, looking at sort of clusters, we go on to the next thing, which is federation.
Yes.
So what's that?
Well, like you start with the pics, and based on the amount of pics or clusters that you have all combined together that belongs to the same player, is the same collection, it turns into something else. So you start with pics and go all the way to a federation, as I said. And in order for a player to unlock a federation, you maybe need like some dozens of millions of pics all combined together in that collection.
Wow, that is a gigantic, I mean, amassed amounts of pics.
It's true.
So is that what people should be aiming for, to sort of, the federation is the goal?
Well, it depends on the strategy that you want to set as a player. I would say dozens of millions of pics all combined together is something that we're not foreseeing happening this year just yet. I think this is something that will happen next year. Just have in mind that the game is built around people collecting and making clusters of pics. So it's not something that is going to happen like this. It might take a while, but in the way that we think about the end game is that those pics or those federation collections, they would then turn into an NFT.
And NFTs we're going to talk about in other episodes as well. I mean, there's quite a lot to digest, but it really is an easy game in one sense, but it has a complexity to it, which is, of course, a good thing.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap out this episode?
Well, I would just say we are very ambitious. We have a lot of goals and a lot of like very clear objectives up ahead. We're doing a lot of stuff, and I think the more the game grows, players will also grow together with the game, like in terms of their in-game currency in terms of what we're actually contributing and bringing back to the planet with the sustainability. You know more than I do actually on that sense. So yeah, like stay tuned. Don't miss out.
Definitely, and that's what's so cool about the game. It's not only playing a game, it's actually being able to contribute to the planet in the real world, which is amazing. Thank you for all the work that you're doing, Philippe, and the whole team with Planet IX. And do join us next week, because then we'll be talking more about Planet IX support and also Planet IX community. So thank you for watching this time. Stay tuned.